All right. So just a reminder, if you already have this, if you already understand it, if you're not sure, when we go over after we write, after we look at everything, okay? What we should be doing then, we did the pre-reading, we organized everything, we wrote everything, and now it's time for this edit, all right? And revise. But I'm not 100% sure what I should be doing. After I write, I take what I wrote. I'm going to follow this. If you notice, for now, our topic and our end, that's our conclusion. They're the same color because what we're doing is restating or making sure that question is understood that that was our main point. So the topic, we restate the question, we make sure every sentence we write has to do with that topic sentence. Now, evidence. Evidence comes from the text. So whatever proves or answers that question, that's what we're putting in. Okay? Now, this detailed examination, this analysis, all that is explaining why that evidence is its evidence. Okay? We see, as we talked many, many times, Joe pushes Mo. That's our evidence. But we don't know what that evidence means. Did Joe push Mo because he's mad? Now Joe's in trouble. Did Joe push Mo because something was falling from the ceiling and he saved Mo? Well, now Joe's a hero. Did Joe push Mo because they're just playing a game and they've been pushing each other and having fun? Well, he's not a hero. We're in trouble. They're just playing. So just because we have the evidence of Joe pushes Mo and you write it down, not everyone knows what your evidence means. You have to explain why that answers the question. Okay? So you explain and you explain and you explain and you keep explaining. You make sure when you put that evidence, everything goes back to that topic, everything goes back to the question. And then in the end, please make sure you sum it up. Let us know you answered the question. Don't just walk away. That's what it's like if you don't sum it up. Just stop in the middle. And then finally, language. What we mean by language that we're going to underline is the academic language. If we are reading and they're asking us about certain concepts of an animal, make sure you put them in there. And then we're going to make sure we use transition words or phrases. Okay? We don't want to just go from one sentence to another. We kind of want it to flow. So this is what your writing should end up looking like. Okay? Now this is their example. Obviously, we're not there yet, but that doesn't mean we can't be there. Okay? So we did our do and our what. We did our get the gist. We pulled everything apart. We got our ideas. And I even underlined in here so you could see our do is describe and our what is help the colony survive. And if you come over to my first topic, my first color one, you can see I have that question in there. That is what it comes from. Okay? And then I have my do, describe, and what Dan job. Now, if you see, I first tell you the topic, I tell you what I'm going to answer, I provide the evidence from the book, and then I explain why that's evidence from the book. And I keep going in this pattern. I'm going to give you evidence, but I'm going to explain why it's evidence. Okay? I'm going to keep going back and forth. And some evidence might need more than one sentence, so it doesn't always have to go back and forth. It could be evidence, and then explain and explain and explain and explain. Okay? So we're going to keep doing it. And we're going to keep editing and revising. I put some of our transition words in boxes with first and next. Okay? I underlined some of our language. For example, the questions, the part of the do and what. This academic words, jaws, saliva, explore, locate, predators, invaders. Okay. This is what we do when we're writing, when we're editing, and when we're revising. We want to look for these parts on our own. We want to make sure we have it. If you're doing this blue, it's from the book. You are copying from the book. If you're doing the yellow, that's you explaining the blue. Okay? And everything goes back to the topic, to the question. All right? So, again, any questions, don't hesitate to ask. All right? And I do hope to see this pattern. And remember, if it's not there, you just keep trying and we will get you there. Okay?